Good morning. Good morning. This is Monday, September 19th, and it's the second seated Qigong class. We're going to have 12 classes. I think yesterday I said 10. We started last week, and there'll be 12 classes every Monday at 11 o'clock through November 28th. I hope you'll join us. We'll be on Zoom. On the weeks that I'm in town, we can do it together here at the church. But if that doesn't work for you, we'll be on Zoom, and also we're recording, so we'll be on the church YouTube channel. So I hope that you will give Qigong a try at some point. It really changed my life and how I take care of my inner peace. And through doing that, take care of the inside of my body and mind. So I love sharing it. We're going to repeat some of the practices that we did last Monday, and I'm adding 1 or 2 new practices. And I just say, don't stress about trying to remember everything, because you won't. Try to recall one thing after class. And whether it's an attitude or a theory or a practice and a movement practice, and then live with that in the coming week until the next class. Practice it if it's movement. Think about it if it's a theory or an attitude. And bring Qigong into your life a little bit each day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Let's see. Let's just go over the reminder that just as the blood has pathways through the body, the arteries, veins, and capillaries, our energy has pathways, and they are called meridians. If you've ever had acupuncture, you've heard of meridians. They're simply pathways for energy flow. So we're going to be working with 2 of the pathways today: the pathway for the lungs and large intestine, and the pathway for stomach, pancreas, and spleen. So we'll get to that in a little bit, but I wanted to mention the meridians. I also want to remind you that last week we talked about in Qigong the importance of the mind-body connection. And what that means is, whatever our minds think, our body's going to respond to. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, the body doesn't know the difference. A thought is a thought, a feeling is a feeling. So whatever the mind thinks, the body's going to respond to. And some of those responses, if we have difficult thoughts or feelings, or negative thoughts or feelings, some of those responses are very clear. We may get a headache, we may get a tight neck, tight back, but some of them are not clear. Maybe unbeknownst to us, our blood pressure rises and stays up. So we use this knowledge that the body is going to respond in some way. We use it in Qigong to bring about healthy responses. And that has to do with the way we think about our practices, our movement, the way we set an intention for each of our practices. So intention and mind-body connection are very connected and very important in Qigong. I'll be instructing about how to breathe, when to inhale, when to exhale as we do these practices. Breathing is very healing, and we're not taught the power of all the different ways to breathe, to help calm ourselves down, to help release tension. In Qigong, we typically breathe in and out through the nose, with the exception of a few of the practices. So if you're congested, feel free to breathe through your mouth, but work toward breathing in and out through your nose, because you'll get a lot more oxygen in that way. And the nose is built in to purify the air a bit. And that's of course healthier. Grounding, we're going to learn the importance of grounding, of connecting to the earth, of getting centered. And one of the things that happens when we ground is that all that fire energy, especially now as we're coming out of summer, which is the season of fire energy, where there's a lot of activity all around us. We're very busy for most of us, but in our bodies, the fire energy is all of that cycling thought, that heavy thinking, busyness in the mind, that chatter, and also emotions, strong emotions in the heart. So when we ground our energy to the earth, that fire energy from the head and heart moves down and out, and the earth takes it. Grounding is very important. We'll do it every week. And I suggest doing grounding every day for yourself. So I got through all of that quickly because we covered it in depth last week. But some people may just be starting today, so I wanted to mention it again. Let's just begin with some breathing. Let's put our awareness on our breath. Sit straight up in your chair, feet flat on the floor. Rest your hands any way that's comfortable. And put your awareness on your breathing. In and out through your nose, but don't force it. I'm not talking about any kind of special breathing. Just notice your own natural breathing, except try to breathe in and out through your nose. And now I want to say that we can use our breath to help any part of the body. So I'd like us to begin as we breathe in to send the breath to different areas of the body. Let's first send it to the upper lungs, the upper chest. Just breathe in a shallow breath to about here. You'll feel it. You can even put your hands here. Shallow breath. And now let's take our breath a little deeper down to the rib cage. Don't force it, just try to send it there. Get your mind and body connected. Now, hands on the sides of the ribs. If you want, you can still leave your hands here. Send your breath to the sides of your lungs. We're at the lower lung here, underneath the ribs. So send your breath sideways to the left and the right. And if you have trouble doing that, send it sideways to the left first and then sideways to the right. The front ribs are connected to the sternum, but in the back, some of the ribs are not connected at all. And they're called floating ribs. So when the lungs expand, they open up a little bit to make space for the lungs. So feel your sides expanding. And now send your breath to the back of your lungs, the very back of your lungs. Breathe into your back. Moving your breath around the inner body is a way of softening and relaxing those deep muscles. And lastly, breathe into the lower abdomen, deep into your belly. But again, don't force it. Let it drop down. Hopefully by doing these other breathing exercises, we have softened and relaxed some muscles, and you can get a breath deeper down in the belly. Okay, so if you find yourself feeling stressed in the chest or in the solar plexus, try these breathing exercises. Use your breath to gently start at the top and move down, relaxing the muscles of the chest, the back, until you can get a breath down to your belly, which will mean that everything above has softened and relaxed a bit. That's a very good practice to help relieve stress. Okay, let's ground ourselves before we start moving. So again, both feet are flat on the floor. Rest your arms and hands, however is comfortable. If you have short arms, you may want a pillow on your lap so you can rest your arms comfortably on the pillow, whatever works for you. And imagine yourself as the most beautiful, stately tree. And your body is the trunk, and your hair for today is the branches. Put your awareness on the place where the soles of your feet touch the floor. And now grow your tree roots down through the carpet, through the subfloor, and into the earth. Grow them deep and wide. Let them move through the earth, through the gravel, the sand, the water table, deep in the earth, working toward the center of the earth and out wide in all directions. Grow some strong roots. Don't forget to breathe. Okay, you can stop your roots from growing now. If you were able to do that, if you were able to sense growing roots into the earth, then your mind-body connection is working very well. Whatever the mind thinks, the body responds to. We're growing, so sending some energy down deep. Now, invite this healing earth energy to rise up through your roots. Rising up, rising up. There's an infinite supply of earth energy. So let it come in. Let it come up into your feet now, filling your toes, your arches, your heels, your ankles, rising up into every cell of your lower body. Every cell. The muscle cells, the fascia, the bone, the blood vessels, the skin, lower legs, filling with this earth energy, rising up. It keeps flowing in, rising up into the knees now. Again, into every cell, all the tendons and ligaments, the kneecap, up into the thighs, every cell of the thighs, those big, powerful leg muscles, and the top part of the leg, the skin, all the layers of your body and your upper legs, filling with earth energy. And it keeps coming in through the feet, rising up through the legs and into the hips now, into those hip joints, into your butt, into your lower belly, your lower back, earth energy, filling the lower half of your body from your navel down. Let it keep coming in. Have an awareness of it, a connection to it. Tune in to that energy. You can think that with each new inhale, more of that energy pushes into your legs and up. And so now we are connected, and that earth energy will keep coming, but we don't have to stay tuned into it. It's there for us now. And just take a moment to realize how you feel. Grounding stabilizes us. It centers us. If you were standing when you ground, you can feel it a little more, but hopefully you can feel some of the stability, some of the pull of the earth, pulling your feet down, really connecting with that earth so that it stabilizes you. And at this point, I want to mention that this is a very wonderful practice. You don't have to take this long to do it. Once you practice it and get comfortable with connecting to earth energy, growing your roots, connecting to earth energy, bringing the energy up, you can do it very quickly. You can set the intention, do it very quickly, less than a minute. And I always use this at the top of the stairs when I'm about to come down, because it's very stabilizing. If you're connected to the center of the earth, when you come down a flight of stairs, you are more stable. You still want to hold on to the railing, but use this to help stabilize yourself. Get yourself connected to what's below. It's also very helpful when you're flying east to west to deal with jet lag. As you move, you're sitting in your airplane seat before takeoff, ground yourself to the tarmac. And then about every hour, if you can remember, doesn't have to be on the hour, it's an approximate period of time, re-ground to where you are now. You may have grounded first in Virginia and second in Tennessee, depends on where you're going. But if you're going to California, you may ground 5 times, and it just reconnects your body, realigns your body with the earth beneath you, where you are in the moment. It's very powerful. So that's grounding. Let's repeat what we did last week, spinal cord breathing to open our spine. And I'm going to turn sideways again as a reminder. We sit with our feet flat on the floor, back straight to begin. Arms are up with a very soft fist. Remember to let your shoulder blades hold your arms a bit. We'll work with that in a minute. Don't clench your fist, very soft fist. Let's inhale through the nose as we open the arms, and we're going to arch the back a little bit to open space between every vertebra on the front of our spine, and stretch the arms back, and then exhale as the arms come forward, round the back and neck and head, so that we open space between every vertebra all the way up the back of the spine. We feel a good stretch there. Inhale. Reach back. Don't strain your neck. We don't push or force anything in Qigong, so make it gentle. Exhale. Opening up the back of the spine. Inhale, opening the front of the spine. Exhale, opening the back of the spine. And now move at your own pace, because you're breathing the pace that feels comfortable to you for inhaling and exhaling is what should guide the movement of your arms and torso. I may be moving faster or slower than you are. So you do what works for you. Remember that in Qigong, we don't force or push anything. It's very gentle. And if we use our breath to soften and relax muscles and fascia, gradually we can open wider, bend farther, and progress, but we don't push it. It happens over time and it happens with practice. Let's do 3 more. Now, if you have something going on in your back or neck and you know you shouldn't be doing any of these exercises, please don't. Practice your breathing if we're doing something that you know you shouldn't be doing. Take care of yourself. That's what this is about. And I've lost count. I think I've done 3. So that was spinal cord breathing. We're alternating between opening space between each vertebra in the front of the spine and then opening space between each vertebra in the back of the spine. Let's do another thing for the spine. We didn't do this last week. It's just on your sits bones. If you know what your sits bones are, they're your hip bones that sit on the chair or wherever you're sitting. Put your weight on the right one, the opposite one, back and forth, rocking the hip joint, the pelvis. Rock at your own pace. Breathe in and out at a comfortable pace. And let's add smiling. We talked about smiling last week. It's a gentle smile like the Mona Lisa. It's not a big smile. Now we're not doing this. We're not leaning the whole torso. So keep the torso upright, lift this hip, then lower it and lift this hip. That's what we're doing. So I probably needed to explain that better. It's going to cause a little rocking in the upper body, but we're not bending, if that makes sense. Lifting a hip, lowering it as we lift the other one. You'll find you use your thigh muscles to help. And you can do this quickly or slowly like I started. Okay. Let's see. Let's do crane neck again. Same as we did last week. I'll turn sideways. Again, working the spine. Your knees and feet are a little wider apart because we're going to go, our torso and head are going to go down between the knees. Hands can rest on your thighs or they can be down at your side. Don't forget to breathe. I'll tell you when to inhale and when to exhale. So let's take a nice inhale. And then as we slowly, slowly exhale, roll your head, roll your neck, roll your upper back, middle back, lower back, one vertebra at a time downward. Exhaling, the head goes through the knees. Now, raise up the skull, raise up the neck vertebra, the upper back. We're inhaling, the middle back, the lower back. Exhale, head down, neck, upper back, middle back, lower back, down through the legs. Inhale, head up, neck up, chest up, abdomen up, lower back up. So we're rolling one vertebra at a time, down from the head to the sacrum, and then rolling up one vertebra at a time from the head to the sacrum. We're exhaling as we go down, spreading out the exhale into a nice long exhale. Inhaling as we come up, inhaling nice and slowly. And pay attention to what is a comfortable pace for your inhaling and exhaling, and adjust your movement at a speed that supports that. So you get one exhale as you go down, one inhale as you come up. You may need to speed up your breathing or slow it down. But don't do the inhale all at once. Don't do the exhale all at once. Drag it out. Inhale, 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 inhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Keep going at your own pace. This is crane neck. That beautiful bird with the long neck that turns and bends. We want our spine to be like that crane's neck. Now, some of us have had surgery. We can't bend at every vertebra. That's okay. We want to maintain flexibility where we can. Again, don't push. Don't force anything. Be gentle. Smile. 2 more. Okay, good. Now, let's do an organ prescription for the lungs. Remember, we are in I think we're only going to have time to do one today. We'll learn the other one next week. And I'll be here next week on the 26th. So come over to church if you can. So this is the lung prescription from medical Qigong. And the lung meridian, the energy flow pathway, starts in the fingertip, comes up the arm. There's some important acupuncture points right here, and then into the lung on both sides of the body. The lung meridian is in the arm. So we're going to work the arms. Anytime you move the part of the body where you have a meridian, you move it, you squeeze it, release it, twist it, stretch it. Any of those actions stimulate that energy meridian and can help clear out stagnation for the energy flow, help open up that flow, and give more support to that organ. So autumn, which is the season that we're in right now, in Chinese medicine, in the 5-element theory, autumn is the season of the year that we want to give extra support to our lungs. So we're going to learn this practice, and it would be good to do it each day. The lung energy, the lungs are where we can hold our grief and our sadness and our sorrow. And lung energy is about letting go, releasing. And I think I mentioned last week that Qigong is very connected to nature and to the natural way of things. And so just as in autumn, the trees release their leaves, they let them go. This is a time for us living on the earth of letting go. Maybe we have grief to work through, but maybe it's simply that we have clutter. And without even knowing this about the Chinese 5-element theory, we might just instinctively feel ready to clear some clutter this fall. And that's lung energy in Chinese medicine: clearing, letting go, releasing. So the way the lung practice works, I want to show you what the hand does. The hand comes together, all the fingers and thumb come together and form like a beak, a bird beak. Okay, both hands will do that. I'm going to show you the movement for this practice. Then I'll talk about the breathing that goes with the movement. And then I'll talk about the mind-body connection, the intention that goes with this. Okay, So we're going to start with arms out to the side. Our shoulders are down and soft. They're not hunched. Our elbows are slightly bent. They're soft. Our wrists are soft. Our fingers are soft, except they come together in this gentle fingertip touching, okay? We're going to inhale. And then we're going to bring the arms forward, rotating at the wrist so the fingers point up as we exhale. Then we rotate down. We come back, stretch a little, rotate up, come to the front, rotate down as we open again. Remember, if your arms are tired, you can do this at a lower level. You can even do it down here. Okay? I'm going to raise mine back up. So we're going to inhale when they're open, and as they start coming to the front, we're exhaling. Rotate the wrist, open and inhale. Reach back. Rotate the wrist, close and exhale. Rotate, open, inhale. Rotate, close, exhale. Now keep going at whatever arm level works for you. Remember, soft wrists, soft elbows, soft shoulders. Shoulders are down. So you've got the movement and the breath work now for the lung prescription. And the mind body for this is that we want to go inside our lungs and just have a little seat in one lung or the other, and just be aware that our lungs are clearing and cleansing and becoming pure white. We're surrounded by pure white inside our lungs. And white is the color of lung energy. And as we release the grief, the sadness, the sorrow, we want to welcome in a vision for our healthy life. Okay, I'm sure arms are getting tired. Come back together and release, shake out your arms. I want to remind you of the power of letting your scapula, your shoulder blades, help move your arms. Remember, we stretched our arms out in front at a normal way of holding them. And then on my right arm, I pushed with my forward with the shoulder blade. I'm not using these muscles to move my arm forward. I'm moving my shoulder blade forward. So the arm is being held up and moved to a great degree by the shoulder blade. So if you can connect with your shoulder blades as you raise your arms to do this lung practice, and let the shoulder blades hold your arms, let your shoulder blades move out now to bring the arms to the front. Let them close in your back now to bring the arms to the side. Tune into your shoulder blades. Let the shoulder blades initiate the movement of your arms. And when you do it that way, it will be easier on your arm muscles. You can do it a little longer, and over time, the arm muscles will get stronger and it won't bother them. So do this practice if you can between this week and next. And next week, we'll learn another medical Qigong prescription for the stomach, pancreas, and spleen. I want to close now with a final clearing, pulling down the heavens like we did last week. Let's inhale. Reach above, way up into the heavens, and grab some heavenly energy. Pull it down through the front part of your body. Your eyes, your nose, your sinuses, your neck, your chest, your front of your ribs, your skin on the belly, the front of your legs, and into the earth. That heavenly energy is clearing anything we released today. Grab some more heavenly energy. Pull it down, but now put your mind in the back of your body, the back of your brain. We're clearing the back of your cervical spine and your neck, the back of your upper spine, your shoulder blades, the backs of your arms, backs of your ribs, all the spine, all the way down, your butt, backs of your legs, your Achilles heel, into the earth. One last time, inhale, grab some heavenly energy, pull it down through the center of your body, center of your brain, your pineal and pituitary gland, your inner ear, the back of your eye, your throat, your larynx, the bones of your arms and fingers, your heart, your lungs. We missed the kidneys when we went down the back. Clear the kidneys, clear the liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, spleen, down through the bones of your hip and pelvis, the bones of your legs and feet, and into the earth. And class is done for today. Thank you for being with me. I hope that something we did felt inspiring to you or helpful, and that you found something you can practice this next week until the 26th at 11 o'clock. And I'll see you in person then. Bye-bye.